Yesterday, traumatized from yesterday. Nigga Nutty got killed, man. Good dude.
A year ago.
A couple years
ago. 2 years ago?
Yeah. He was a good dude. Some shit happened with him, though. He ended up crossing the wrong side of the street. He told on some niggas. Niggas from the hood ain't having that. But today, it's my niggas' death day. My nigga Hag, he supposed to be here with me right now. It's my nigga, my best friend, man. We did everything together. My nigga was older than me, but we both just we could do shit that each other couldn't do, but we had a lot of shit in common. We both did music, trap, family oriented, funny niggas, ain't taking no shit. Like, that was my nigga. He got killed on some bullshit, on some accidental shit or whatever. Trying to help some other niggas out. Picked up some niggas from a lick. Trying to get them home safe and shit. Got them to the crib and shit. My nigga ended up shot. That was my best friend, that my brother, man. His kids getting all big, they all look just like me. But, you know, we started trap a lot together. Me and him, Luca, my little brother. You know what I'm saying? We was like, we about to do this rap shit. Like, it was just our clique. We're about, it was just niggas that
Big Greasy Low. Big Greasy Low.
Yeah, Greasy Low.
Stogie.
I'm ice cold.
Ice cold.
On the west side, you know. Bottoms. Yes, sir.
Tell him. You already know you want to say it, Youngstown.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Dad. Say, nigga, I'm 3 months. Has he seen himself in the mirror? Well, yeah, you probably put him in the mirror. Nah, I hadn't put him in the mirror. Is his eyes falling?
Nah, he looking at him.
What up, Dad? He laughing. Yeah. He over here smiling and shit. He love me. Every time he see me, he get to laughing. So I did that to him. I swear on hood I did this. I was like,
don't do that. Don't jump.
Behold, the Miriam. You know that Kunta Kinte shit. That shit real. Ain't that right? Say what's up. My firstborn. My nigga trying to act like he's sleepy. So I'm not sleepy.
Just this week, Michelle Bachmann actually predicted that I would bring about the biblical end of days. Now that's a legacy. That's big. I mean, Lincoln, Washington, they didn't do that.
Begin with breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed by at least 2 snipers. The shooting began near the end of a protest over the fatal police shootings of black men in Louisiana and Minnesota. 6 other officers and a civilian were injured. Police are questioning at least 3 alleged suspects.
And we were learning that several shots were fired, what witnesses have described as a barrage of fire, what sounded like a war zone. And at that point, police were still very much not only trying to tend to the wounded officers, but trying to do crowd control, trying to get people to safety. They kept moving the perimeter back more and more once they engaged with that one suspect that was still holed up in the garage, who apparently made additional threats and continued to exchange fire with officers. At this point, as we understand it, that suspect has killed himself. But the situation is still very fluid here in downtown Dallas.
Yeah, just a massive crime scene there. Manuel Bojorquez in Dallas. Thank you so much, Manuel.
Yo, wait, hold on real quick. I need y'all to hear this, what this motherfucker just said on live TV. live TV about the Dallas shooting right now. Listen to this.
We don't know the scale of what is taking place here tonight. We don't know how many actors are involved.
Wait, hold on. I don't think y'all quite caught that. Let me rewind real quick.
We don't know how many actors are involved.
One more time.
Investigation on their hands. We don't know the scale of what is taking place here tonight. We don't know how many actors are involved.
Now, why would dudes say that when it's already speculation that everything that happens in America with mass shootings involve crisis actors? Why would he say that on CNN? Come on, man.
So why would you go at a Black Lives Matter rally and do some shit like that?
Yeah, but
if you're gonna do some shit like that, catch them motherfuckers coming down the street or something.
But now
why would you do it at a rally that you're trying to get shit changed? Why would you do that? What you think that's gonna make them do? Right or wrong?
Martial law.
Martial law? You trying to get killed? Cause that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna kill all y'all.
Yes,
when you start doing that shit, they're gonna start killing everybody. That was the dumbest shit you ever could have did. If you're gonna do some shit like that, catch them motherfuckers right in your hood and spray them. That's what I used to do. You know what I'm saying? I sit back in the cut and spray on them bitches and take off. You don't go to no Black Lives Matter rally and do some shit like that. That's the idiotest shit I ever seen in my life. What you trying to do? Get your community killed? Is that what you trying to do? That's what you're doing. What you think the people gonna do? You think white folks gonna do? I think it's bullshit. I think racism is coming to it's getting worse now. It's coming to a boil again. It'll probably go back down, but right now it's coming to a boil. You know what I'm saying? And shit is happening.
You are thinking about running for president in 2016, and I want to talk to you about that in a moment, but it has brought attention back to some of your comments, as it does to any candidate potentially running for president. You said recently that you thought that there might not actually be elections in 2016 because of widespread anarchy. Do you really believe that?
Well, I hope that that's not going to be the case, but certainly there is the potential, because you have to recognize that we have a rapidly increasing national debt, a very unstable financial foundation, and you have all of these things going on like the ISIS crisis that could very rapidly change things that are going on in our nation. And unless we begin to deal with these things in a comprehensive way and in a logical way, there is no telling what could happen in just a matter of a couple of years, and particularly in a situation where we have a Senate and a Senate leader who has over 300 bills sitting on his desk, will not bring them to the floor for a vote, thereby thwarting the will of the people. And this country was supposed to be a country where the government conformed to the will of the people, not the people conformed to the will of the government.
They publicizing it just now to start this little race war. I think that should make a lot of sense too.
I feel like I have no photos.
They might do that what's that shit called? That martial law shit. That martial law.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, they already been on that gun control shit. They trying to disarm everybody. So now I think that's what it's leading up to. I know a couple motherfuckers I'm close to that's paranoid, like tripping, government paid motherfuckers doing that shit just to keep this shit stirred. Like, yeah, they said that ever since Obama been in office, he's been signing papers to lead up to what it takes to them to cause martial law orders. Don't know one mistake or a couple mistakes just mean you don't have the right to defend yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Who was they to determine that?
Well, the Dallas shootings was something that I don't condone, because you can't address violence with violence. But somebody made a stand to where he sacrificed his life, because in all wars there's sacrifices. I feel that he didn't have the right to do it, but I understand why he did it, because it's called where they trust you so much. I just got out of prison to where the police had shot at me, and I went to prison, got 100 years behind where they pulled me over for a traffic stop and had my hands up for almost 30 minutes for a traffic stop. And then they shot at the car, beat me up, and then charged me with assault with a deadly weapon. And then when I complained, nobody cheered. But you know it, something had to be to it, because I'm home now. With my record, you knew something had to be, else I would have had life. But that just brought awareness to what needed to be done, and he put a focus. He sacrificed his life, basically, to make America aware that we can and will not play, because it could go to where we get to going like that if we don't all step back and take a breath. Everybody needs to step back, quit grandstanding, and we know what the problem is. We need to step back, and just like I'm stepping across the line, you're stepping across the line, we need these politicians that know these laws that are incarcerating the black men after Clinton apologizes for, and they need to step and not be so tough on crime and break that barrier of tough on crime and admit they made a mistake. And then we can start talking. We have been victimized where it comes out to a genocide. And now we're seeing the effects in the inner city to where crack cocaine, black on black crime, the justice system has killed a generation. It's a holocaust. A black holocaust has been committed on the black people. Now, President Clinton apologized to the blacks about the 3 strikes law. We must be Pacific, because all America, Black Lives Matter, and everybody think it's the federal bill. The federal bill ain't locked up nothing but 200 people in 20-something years of its existence.
What you think?
That's how I'm dealing with it in New York.
Right. Did you see the thing with Snoop and the game in L.A. walking?
Oh yeah, that was big, man, and they did it peacefully.
Right.
So that was a tremendous show of unity for that moment, because they didn't like now, as you see, because those cops got shot in Dallas, it took the spotlight off of the kids that got shot by the cops. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So what the media does now, they only show the sympathy of, look at this crazy guy who went and shot cops, and then the story about the guy that got killed in the car becomes second story. You don't get my point?
Yeah, most definitely.
Sometimes, listen, don't be fooled. This dude was a military guy, right?
Right.
This dude, what makes you think that he's not them? You don't get what I'm saying?
Nah, I think it was set up by the government, bro, because they trying to.
That's my point. This dude did their work. He's gonna go to living with military prison, and he'll come out the back door.
Yep.
My point is, he distracted the whole cause from sympathizing with the community to back to sympathizing with law enforcement.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. Like reverse psychology.
There you go, and most of the people are buying this. When they told me he was military and he was a sniper, I already knew what went down.
You know how it goes, Tom.
They already did that with Kennedy, so ain't nothing new. But anyway, it will be a blessing, because what I'm going to do on a Saturday is going to be the first time I speak in New York, and all the street organizations. I've been working there now, but they're going to be invited, and we're going to have a church. So we're expecting 2,000 to 3,000 youth and community members. So I would love in some way, you make it down there.
Oh man, I'm gonna try. I'm trying my best, man. I promise to God, I'm trying, Tom.
So no, I just if I get money to fund me, I'm pulling this off myself. But if I get money that gets stuff funded, getting you to get there, drive there ain't nothing. You know what I mean? I told you I help you, but right now I'm organizing with building all the panels. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's going to be a 10-day event in New York City in 4 colleges.
That's
so
big.
I'm trying to grow out, and I'm bringing the government from the president. His men are coming to explain how I made their reentry office work in over there for the past 10 years.
That's big, Tom, and I love you, man.
So just know, I want you to be there because then you sell yours, and I don't want to talk about you. I just say, yo, listen to this man's story. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you, homie. Yeah, I got you.
And tell your man to come and film, man. That's what film people do, right? They film.
Yeah. He'll come and film.
I ain't no filmer, though.
That's what I'm saying. I just wanted to tell you that way that you welcome to come if you like. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want you to know that if it's as a filmer or as a writer, whatever title we can get you, so somebody will pay you to get there. I just want you to finish the movement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I'm down.
So God bless y'all, and you already know.
I got you, homie.
Tonight I'll send you that stuff with the portfolio of everything.
All right, peace, homie.
All right, y'all stay on. I'll talk to you later.
Peace. King Tone, Latin King leader.
If I got a motherfucker, you feel me? It shows you that. Yeah, it shows you that shit. Cause it shows you back before and Gucci now. It's when he's fat and now when he's skinny. You think the tattoo gonna look the same when you fat? Cause I don't give a fuck how black or nigga. His tattoos look so fucking fresh and light, bright. Go to the old Gucci. You can barely see none of that.
Might have got red.
Alright, that's what he did.
But you don't know, bro. He got oil.
Bro, listen, the red tattoo on his neck was probably fucking. Go to the video before he went to jail. You can barely even see this shit, cuz. He's still not even as black as he was, my nigga.
Alright then, so that's gonna make it brighter. If he's not as dark.
Oh my God, bro.
I don't know. And listen, my whole point is,
just go to the video with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
My thing is this.
And you see Beyonce doing this, bro. Nigga, for 20 minutes, like this. And you see a lady behind her, like this, with her hands like. And go to the video, cuz Jay-Z, she trying to fucking control her, bro.
She's programming her?
She trying, that's what it say. On Crip. On Crip, that's what it say. On Crip, that's what it say.
So she had a computer behind her programming.
No, bro, she like this. Listen, and if you go to all the other videos,
my thing is
go to the video, cuz.
Why?
Nigga, you got
what you mean? Control.
They get out of Beyonce. Who is Beyonce controlling?
The masses by her music.
What are you talking about, cuz? They doing everything. They doing everything. How would the Illuminati make more money with a clone? Man, fuck
I don't know them. What the fuck? I don't see what they would gain. The Illuminati has endless money.
So how do
gain from cloning rappers?
They say Boosie clone too. So how come Boosie was here?
It was a fake Boosie.
That was a fake Boosie. They had a nigga looking like a clone. It was
just a regular nigga that looked like.
So that's a clone then. So if she overseas at this concert, but she at this game though.
So the clone was
you the clone the future niggas.
So hold on though. The clone was scamming niggas now. The clone is running them out scamming niggas.
No, they have it's so they can make more money. So they can have Beyonce or whatever at two spots at once. If you overseas, how the fuck we gonna know they overseas? Yeah, because if they over here.
Yeah, because Boosie got cancer and shit, so they
because he an artist. They hold tour guys is scheduled. They can't schedule two places at once, bro.
Exactly. That's why they make a clone, nigga.
So they gonna schedule two places at once and ain't nobody gonna know.
Nigga, if you want over fucking things, how the fuck we gonna know she overseas if she here?
Listen, but you just not. But listen, you not. Hold on. You just said Beyonce. Y'all just said Beyonce is brainwashing masses. So y'all think they brainwash? They ain't got her whole schedule, and they ain't gonna see. Oh, she in Europe and in Dallas the same night.
Who?
The people that's following Beyonce.
Whoever she fucking working with or working for, nigga, they not about to pick that out. Let that shit happen. They got more power than anybody, nigga.
But if you're a diehard Beyonce fan, ain't you gonna know her every show?
Cause they not gonna post.
You gonna know. Like she about to be.
They probably gonna know about what's around them, but they might not know about something over
how the fuck we gonna know what's happening?
Different part of the world.
Beyonce, somebody's gonna put that.
Yeah, I mean, with the internet, you would think somebody would know.
Beyonce's not gonna be. Beyonce's not gonna be in Cali.
Had a whole entire tour of his shit. Do everything.
Overseas.
But Boosie, bro, that was a fake nigga. That was just there for Boosie. I think because Boosie got cancer, so he probably wasn't looking the same. Feel me? So they just all we gonna have this nigga out here.
You don't think somebody's
saying his songs and shit, make people get hyped and enjoy the shit. They ain't gonna know until one motherfucker or two motherfuckers spot it like, hey, Boosie. Feel me? Like it's all for the money. It's all for the money, bro.
They ain't cloning.
Ain't no such thing as cloning. They just doing that. You see how you acting, you believe in it. That's what they want you to do. They want you to believe in it.
Two different time zones.
What the fuck they gotta do with the internet?
What they gotta do with the internet? It's two different time zones. It's
Beyonce concert. It's a Beyonce concert, bro.
Some
not gonna post it at the same time.
Some bitches gonna Snapchat that Lemonade song. Like, bitch, I'm in Lemonade with Beyonce in England. You know what I'm saying? And while the other clone is in Cali,
but it's not
another
the same
bitch
time.
gonna be like,
Oh yeah, 2 different time zones.
It's
Yeah.
not fucking the same time. But how can she make it there in an hour though? My point, how can she make it there to that concert in an hour if it's not the same time, cuz?
I don't get it. I don't understand my point. I understand my point. I don't understand
How can she be here in Cali and then be way over there? When was she in Cali? And make it there within the time to make have a whole nother concert somewhere else, cuz within an hour.
Yeah,
and Jay gonna get you a car seats in an hour.
2 hours probably.
Where have you heard of Beyonce
2 hours,
doing
I don't know
shows in different countries an hour apart though? Where have you heard of that?
They not an hour apart. They a whole day apart.
She ain't doing 2 shows in different countries unless
you in Cali daytime. It's my time.
Robotic human surrogates combine the durability of a machine with the grace and beauty of the human body. With most people living their lives through their surrogate selves, our world has become a safer place. Take a seat in your STEM chair, and just with the power of your mind, you can control your surrogate and send it out into the real world. You can live your life without limitations. You see what they see, feel what they feel, and become anyone you want to be from the comfort and safety of your own home. You can finally live the life you've always dreamt of without any risk or danger to yourself.
We are confronted with an unprecedented situation. 2 people have died while connected to their surrogates.
I think we may actually have a homicide here. First one in 15 years.
The public cannot be allowed to get the idea that using a surrogate can be fatal.
Especially if it's true. I just want to know how an operator can be killed by signals from a surrogate.
Surrogates have been blown to bits without the least bit of harm to their operators.
If it were possible, it would defeat the entire purpose of surrogacy.
Lucky to be alive. Good thing you unplugged.
How long is it since you've been out without a surrogate?
Can't even remember.
It's different when you actually feel the pain.
What do you want from me?
My wife.
I am your wife.
No, you're not.
We can change the world and now you want to destroy it?
How do I stop this?
You can't. Maggie, get offline. I think something's gonna happen.
What happens now? Now it's up to you.
Courage of Jesus be with us all, heart dwellers, and may He keep our hearts in perfect peace. Today I took some time listening to events around the world and seeing exactly what the Lord has been warning us of. Everything He's given us in these messages is rock solid in the path of life. We are living on the edge in the book of Revelation, with all the judgments that are to befall the world taking place right now before our very eyes. Only prayer can make the difference between the worst chastisements and loss of souls and a softened chastisement that will give place to more souls coming into the kingdom. And I ran across statements by President Putin about the disclosure of aliens who are really demons with manufactured interdimensional bodies. It was a video about deep lakes in Russia and the Middle East where humanoid creatures have been repeatedly sighted living in the depths of the water. Seeing the extent of America's ignorance and the powers these demonic creatures possess, I have to say it was frightening. Yet I know my God is greater than any of these, and He is protecting me. Immediately after worship, Jesus began speaking. Now you see what I must deal with, yet this is nothing for me, Claire. Do not be afraid, it shall not come nigh your dwelling. Remember, deliver us from evil, and poof, it's all around you, everywhere, and yet it may not touch you. You are mine, and so are your children, I might add. And what he's referring to here was a night I was sitting in a hot tub and saw an alien vessel hovering high in the sky with brilliant, flashing, multicolored lights. It just stood there. I knew immediately what it was, and no sooner did my mind connect with its origin than these words came out of my mouth without a thought. Deliver us from evil. And I mean that ship literally disappeared from the sky. Not even a movement left or right, up or down, just poof, it was gone. And from that time on, I have known how to deal with these creatures. The Lord continued, now you see how great is the corruption of the earth and why supernatural measures need to be taken to purify it. Do not be afraid. These creatures are on a very short leash. If man wants to be curious and look into these things, I cannot stop him. But it is foolishness to even tamper with these things. So dark and heavy are they. Wow, Lord, I don't know what to say except I'm so glad I don't know more. Please, Jesus, deliver me from a spirit of error and from the deception that will fall upon mankind. He continued, this is already done, my love. You are my bride. I protect your mind, spirit, soul, and body. All of you is mine, and I protect you just as a good husband should. I want you to understand this, no matter how many, how bizarre and strange these life forms appear to be. Understand, they are, when simply unmasked, demons controlled by Satan. It's just that simple. No matter how benevolent they may appear to be, make you feel or perform convincing benevolent deeds, understand they are demons, plain and simple. From the littlest to the greatest, they are simply demons, fallen angels and corrupted beings. They will all have their day in the lake of fire. Every last one will go to the lake of fire, no matter how elaborate or seemingly benevolent. That is their destiny. Because this is so dark, I do not want you looking into it. For many it can become frightening, even terrorizing. But you have my scriptures and promises to sustain you. No evil will befall you, nor will any plague come near your tent. These are not idle words. They are promises for those who belong to me and obey me. The whole world will be terrorized by the discovery and disclosure of these creatures, but my people have nothing to fear. Whether visible or invisible, every knee will bow and every tongue confess that I am Lord. In other words, they are subject to me. My name, when used by my believer, is a strong tower, a mighty fortress, and an offensive force that is mightier than any weapon they have. Lord, when will they be disclosed? Very soon. There is a plan in place, well orchestrated, for all these things to hit humanity in the face, stunning and paralyzing them into compliance. The movement that is going on right now against the globalist agenda is comprised of people who will eventually be well informed and will not fall for the deception that is to be revealed. They will be the mavericks that will fight for their rights. You see, my love, as I told you last night, there are many forces of evil on the earth. You are not dealing with just a covert and corrupt government. You are dealing with religious zealots of Islam, demon aliens, maverick governments, racist factions. The list goes on and on. But the more who wake up and rise up, the less influence these things will have. The greatest issue at hand is the ignorance of the masses as to how they are being manipulated. They have been sedated with entertainment and sports, the chase after position, influence, wealth, beauty, and talent. This takes up the daily agenda of those who should be uncovering this evil and doing something about it. When they wake up, then there will be a formidable force against these evils. And there are signs of them waking, especially after events that threaten their safe middle-class lifestyles. Terrorism on your own soil is causing many to think outside the comfy box the government has programmed them into. If enough wake up before it's too late, there will be a revolution, and the globalists will be overthrown for now. Remember, prayer changes things. All of you are being heard by my Father as you lift up your hearts to Him. This is the game changer, as it's called. This is also the wild card the elites cannot control, the praying public. What is written in Revelation and Daniel and other places must come to pass, but the intensity of it will be greatly determined by the prayers and repentance of the people. When people begin to wake up, to understand that freedom of choice is not freedom at all, but bondage to the sin of murder. When people see that divorce and adultery is not freedom, but comes with its own set of crippling problems to the generation of children under its influence. When they see that marriage is a sacred trust, that they must be prepared to die to themselves, and that the wrong partner in marriage is a generational tragedy. When these things begin to dawn on the population, things will begin to turn around. My rules are not crippling. Sin is crippling. My rules foster and protect life, not only in the next world, but right now, here in this dimension. Choose life or choose death. But understand, any way that contradicts my will result in death, despair, and failure. The whole liberal agenda has to be seen for what it is: corruption of the principles of life that lead to happiness and peace. When people see that the author of these rules is evil and had nothing but evil intent from the beginning, destroying the fabric of the family and society. When people discover this, they will turn around and commit their lives to defending and living the truth. That is where the strength will arise and turn the tide of a decaying civilization. This is where I allow tragedy to befall the earth as a wake-up call to those who have settled into a lifestyle of spiritual indifference. This will rock the foundations and cause them to call out to me, seeking the truth. Where did we go wrong? Why is this happening? Is there really a God? And is He really in control? These are questions that will only be confronted when national tragedy strikes. An examination of the rules they are living by, and the haunting question, is it true that our sins have brought this upon us? This awakening that has begun is pointing people to Christians who've been vocal and outspoken, condemning evil and exposing conspiracies to deprive them of their freedoms. And finally, the intelligent are discovering they weren't so bright after all, and that Christians actually have a knowledge that exposes what is truly evil in the guise of being good. Yes, we have some scriptures. Mr. Trump is a classic example of one who thought he was wise, but is finding out how foolish he truly was. He is an example to the worldly and successful middle class. Claire, these things written in Revelation must come to pass, but the more prayers that are offered, the less devastating it will have to be, and the more souls I will have in heaven with me. Prayer is the key and the weapon of choice. Without prayer, the world would disintegrate overnight, literally. So you see, as souls come close to me, they are protected and counseled in the right paths of life, and they will not be hindered or duped by the great deceptions and the globalist agendas. This is why this channel and others like it are so important to me. I am teaching total reliance on me and intimate friendship that will in the end spare the lives of those who would have been caught in Satan's nets and led to hell. Man cannot be trusted. Institutions cannot be trusted. Religion cannot be trusted. I am the only one who can be trusted, and I offer this relationship to every soul I created. It's up to you to put forth the effort to cultivate it. Unless this is the top priority in your lives, whatever else is more important to you will lead you into deception and bondage. Oh, how important, my people, it is to learn to hear my voice and follow my commands. Your very eternity depends upon it. Please, don't put anything or anyone before the knowledge of me and obedience to my laws. You put your soul and your children's souls in danger of eternal damnation. Please, my people, seek me with all your hearts until you find me. I am waiting for you. I will instruct you. I will love and heal you. And most of all, I will forgive you. Do not be afraid. I am for you, not against you. Anything you have heard about me being a vengeful God is a twisted lie. To those who seek to do harm to others, yes, I intervene. But to the rest, I'm a shield of righteousness against Satan and his wiles. And I will lead you in the paths of life. And you will not fall prey to the great deceptions of this age. Seek me and live.
Put God first and everything else will follow. If you hunger for righteousness, you will be filled through me.